extra time.
Mishti Kotha, Bengal's newest taste of sweets.
Keshav, there's a lot of talk that you're probably the best spinner from South Africa to tour India. We had Harris before, Tahir. How does that reputation kind of weigh on you when you start a test series like this?
I don't think I'm the best yet. I need to tell you can judge on after the performances in this test series. But it's nice that people talk highly of you. Just trying to do my business. If I go under the radar doing my business, trying to contribute towards team victories and series victories, then I'm on the right path. But yeah, it's a big statement to make. Maybe when I retire one day, then you can look back and probably say that. But for now, I'm just happy to go about my business with simple plans.
Keshav, without Jasprit Bumrah, probably the best fast bowler at the moment in the world, how will it help the South African team?
Yeah, obviously it's a big loss for India. I mean, Bumrah has turned the whole test side for India in terms of playing in various conditions around. It is a big loss, but let's face it, India have enough quality in their bowling lineup to sort of replace Bumrah. I see now that they brought off, I think it's Umesh Yadav, if I'm not mistaken, another world-class bowler. So it's going to make it as difficult as it was with having Bumrah for us.
So South Africans batted well in almost a similar kind of condition, which is just 40 kilometers away from here. So will it be a boost before the test match?
Yeah, I think it was important that our batters got enough time in the middle, which is what batsmen want these days. Obviously they've been working on their plans and trying to sort of find out ways in which to sort of combat Indian bowlers. But yeah, I think the main thing is the batters got a chance to sort of have a hit in the middle and have a feel for what it's like to play in Indian conditions.
Role change once you come into the into the subcontinent, really, because even where you made your debut in Perth and you had to kind of hold one end where Steyn was injured, and is there in a sense more freedom for you to kind of go attacking on wickets like here?
Yeah, obviously it depends on what the conditions give you. We don't know what's happened with the overnight rain over the past few days and things like that. But I think I just want to try to be consistent. I think if you look at Jadeja and Ashwin, obviously Ashwin's got a lot of variation. Jadeja is very simple about his variation, but the key is his consistency and making it uncomfortable for the batters. So I think if I can sort of emulate that going forward, then I'm sort of doing my job from the one side.
Keshav, last time these two teams met, it was an evenly contested series with South Africa eventually winning the series 2-1. But you did have decent performance in Durban. So can you talk us how will that be different, because with the absence of someone like Hashim, Amla, AB de Villiers and Dale Steyn. Obviously Dale Steyn did not play up, so how crucial will it be their absence?
Yeah, obviously they're two greats of the game, in Hash as a batter and obviously Dale as South Africa's premier frontline bowler. But I think in terms of our squad and the depth in our squad that we have, I think we do have players who will fulfill that role. I think Temba is taking the responsibility of that and showing that in the practice game. And obviously Lungi's come through. We've got a world-class bowler in Vernon and KG. So as much as it would be a big loss in terms of the record that they possess and bring to the party, we do have seasoned campaigners in domestic cricket and obviously have played enough international cricket to sort of fill in those boots.
Keshav, last time a test match was played here in 2016, the only time. The spinners, 5 spinners bowled around 342 overs and took 25 wickets. So do you have that in your mind?
Well, I think when you come to the subcontinent, you've got to expect the ball to turn. Subcontinent is known for the ball to spin. That's why people carry the extra spinners here and there. So, yeah, like I said, there's been a bit of weather around, so we don't know how the wicket's going to play. We just got to take it on the day and sort of assess conditions as to how we're going to bowl.
Keshav, along with the spinners, do you think reverse swing is going to be a big factor in the series?
I'm sure it will be. I think everywhere you go in the world, I'm sure every bowling unit sort of utilizes the reverse swing. India's got really strong bowlers in terms of Shami with the reverse swinging ball. We see he's almost literally unplayable at times. But yeah, I think all teams sort of, if the ball does start to reverse, they sort of utilize that. And we also got amazing bowlers to utilize that sort of option if it does come about.
Looking forward to the challenge of bowling in these conditions against the likes of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, who are known to be great batsmen against spin bowling.
Yeah, I think you can only test yourself when you play against the best in the best conditions. So I think it will be a good tour for me to know where I'm at in terms of my skill work and how how much if I do belong here in international cricket or not. But yeah, a challenge is something that I always like, I always enjoy. And I want to know how good I am and testing myself against the world's best.
And how was your experience so far with the SG ball?
Yeah, it's obviously a lot different to the Kookaburra ball, but sort of had a fair amount of overs now, so still getting used to it. It does get softer a little bit quicker than most balls, but sort of have to find a way to get through that.
Keshav, the last 2 times South Africa and India played in tests, of course, the pitches and the nature of them have, kind of dominated headlines. In a sense, do you think that, with the relative inexperienced team to travel, you can kind of put those behind and just concentrate on the game?
Yeah, I think, people talk about freshness and coming forward, and if you look at our squad, it's a hell of a lot of new faces from the last time, and that could work in our favour in terms of the brand of cricket we could play and the positivity. Yes, it may not go away, but we're here to compete. We're not going to lie down and back down with the sort of old woes from the last tour. I think, like I said, with new faces brings about a new energy, and who knows, it could be our time in these next 3 test matches to sort of, shock some people.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.